Josh Betar for From the Stands here at UFC 305 Fight Week. Just a couple of days out from UFC 305 this Sunday at the RSC Arena in Perth, joined alongside good friend of ours, Tom Nolan, the UFC Lightweight, who is fighting Alex Reyes this Sunday. Mate, obviously we're a couple of days out, and I know you've been swamped with media this week, so I sincerely appreciate the time that you've given me. First of all, I know this is the first time you'll be fighting on a pay-per-view card. Very different to fighting at the Apex, I guess. What have you found the differences? Obviously, a lot more media goes into this week, a lot more, you have poster signings, you've got a lot more things that go on. So I guess, how have you found the week overall, adjusting to those little differences? Yeah,
it's similar to the Apex, but, probably 2 or 3 times more media obligations. So, it's our job. You get in, you do what you're told to do, you go and do all the interviews and that. But the rest of it, man, I'm just soaking it up. I'm loving it. Like being around all the other Aussie fighters, a lot of people I've looked up to in my career. It's unreal, to be honest. This is the way it should be. So hopefully no more Apex cards.
What has it been like getting to meet those guys? And, I saw you with Anik and Cruz yesterday. We met them as well on the way back to the hotel, and salt of the earth, those two, like awesome guys. And saw you with Ty. So for a guy that, you're 23, you're very young, so you would have watched these guys early on, but maybe even before you started, as you started, your career. So to sit there and be on the same card as these guys, it must be a pretty wild feeling, and seeing them as peers, not those guys that you're looking to be.
Yeah, I remember, funny story, 2019, my last amateur fight, I won by a spinning back kick, and we went out to the Southport Sharks after it, and me and my brother and my dad were having a beer, and Ty actually came up with that other UFC. He fought the same night. He fought David Martinez. I forgot his name now. But anyway, we sat in a booth, just us, and we had a few hours just drinking beers, talking about, he's telling me all this advice, do this to get to the UFC, but take your time, go this way, go that way. And then yesterday I saw him in the lobby, and I went to shake his hand. I said, 2019, and he cut me off. He's like, I knew you. And I was like, yeah, bro. And we got a photo and we had a chat, and I was like, I didn't really follow your advice. I got here at 5-0, but anyway, we're here together now. So it's it's full circle, man. It's awesome. Yeah. And like you said, seeing him now as peers, it's like I'm maturing into that. Like, I think if this was a couple fights earlier, I might have felt a little starstruck. Yeah, a little bit like, but now I'm like, nah, I am a part of this. I'm meant to be here, part of this.
How does that mindset switch? Obviously, we're 2 days out, and this is the closest I've ever spoken to you before a fight. Speaking to you before your last fight in Vegas against Victor Martinez, it was like a very... I could tell through the screen how focused and it was like a switch went off, and it was a very different you that I've spoken to before. And then obviously you went out there and just put on an amazing performance. So what's that mindset like? If you can take us into that mindset a little bit, 2 days out now, you've spoken about being on weight, so that's one less thing you have to worry about. You can solely focus on the fight. You've already won that battle with the weight. So what is that mindset like heading out 2 days, from the biggest fight of your career thus far?
Yeah, so for the last one, I was ultra focused. I'm always ultra focused, but there was a lot more pressure on me. So for this one, I've taken the goal of happy medium. I'm taking that ultra focus, like I always have it, but it's there, and I'm also enjoying the moment. I'm being in the moment, being in fight week, trusting in my skills. This is my best camp by a mile. Like I'm just hitting so hard at the moment. I'm just supremely confident. Honestly, it's going to be one of those nights, I think, when I touch him and he's going to go down, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, there he goes. When I hit Bogdan, same thing. I hit him and he hit the ground. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm most dangerous when I'm creative, and when I'm creative is when I'm happy. So I've got that happy mixed with that ultra focus, and I'm also super dangerous when I got a chip on my shoulder. And I've got a chip on my shoulder going into this fight. A couple of things were said, which is just giving me that little bit of extra fuel to add those sting into the shots. I'm super excited, and again, I'm keeping that all to myself. That's between me and my opponent.
When you have that chip on your shoulder, was it something that... Because I heard someone bring this up yesterday at the media day, and I actually wasn't sure what they were talking about. Was there things he'd said to you online, or was it things his team had said? Where that... if you don't want to talk about it, that's I completely understand, and I'd respect that. But when I was hearing that yesterday, I was kind of taken aback by it. I went, I hadn't heard any bad blood between him or yourself. if there's anything you are able to say on that, what has happened between you and Alex Reyes?
No, there's no bad blood. Like, I think that question yesterday was referring to my Contender Series matchup, how that guy was talking trash to me. And I think they were trying to, like, I don't know, kind of push me in that direction. But there's been nothing personal between me and Alex. Actually, every time I've seen him, he's shaking my hand. He's a nice guy. Like, like, there's no need to fight at the hotel, like, we're going to fight on Sunday. So, but when we're in there, when we're face to face, to me, it's going to be a big bright light, him and I, and everything else is blacked out. And I've got a job to do, and I'm so ready. I can see exactly how it's going to go, and I'm keen to show the world what I can do.
And last one for me, I'll let you go, man. You posted a little while ago about what walkout song should you pick. Have you come together with a walkout song? Because I'm a sucker for walkout songs. I think a good walkout song can really make or break. Like, you can get some good viral clips just off a walkout song alone. My favourite, I don't know why. It's not because, I mean, he lost the fight, but his walkout was fantastic, was when Rob Whittaker fought Izzy for the first time and he walked out to Kaysan. Yeah. And that, I can still watch that now and get mad goosebumps from that. So if you're able to say, have you got a walkout song for Sunday?
So I do have a walkout song. It took me a long time. I only picked it last week. I've been, a lot of people sent through a lot of suggestions, and I was thinking about going down the Aussie track, but I was like, it doesn't really get me as G'd up as what it should. I won't say what the walkout song is, but it is a 2012 banger. People are going to love it.
Awesome. Tommy, I appreciate your time, man. I'm looking forward to Sunday. All the best, man. Thank you, bro.